Good morning. We are in Exodus 7:17. We'll go back up to 16. And thou shalt say unto him, Exodus 7:16. And thou shalt say unto him, the Lord God of the Hebrews hath sent me unto thee, saying, Let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness. And behold, hitherto thou wouldest not hear. He's saying, up until this point, you would not hear. Okay. 17. Thus saith the Lord, is this thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Now, in this thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Behold, I will smite waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. Um, 18. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink of the water of the river. 19. And just a quick recap of where we're at, guys. And for all you guys that are new, we've done everything before this. We're in Exodus 7. We've done all of Genesis. We've done every word of the Bible up to this point. We've done it. Okay, we do a 50-minute study every day here. Sometimes not 50, but we do study every day here. We may not always be great, but we're always consistent. Okay, preach. If you're new, I want to invite you guys on board, and good luck catching up because it's a lot of stuff. But here we go. But leading up to this point, yesterday he said he sent Moses to tell. The only thing that's happened so far is he turned his staff into a snake. God has given him authority and powers to go and talk to Pharaoh to let the people go. That's where we're at. So far, all he's done is turned a staff into a snake, but his magicians mimicked that, and I don't know who this tech guy is, but you got to get this something going on with this. We got to get this changed up. Now he said the magicians and the sorcerers mimicked the sign with the staff and the snake, but Moses' snake ate their snakes. So it's a one victory for God. So here we are. All right. We're getting ready for the 10 plagues, and we're getting ready for the Exodus of Egypt and that kind of stuff. So I went to DeVry. That's where I got this degree for tech. All right, so um all right, here we go. '19. And the Lord spake unto Moses, say unto Aaron, take thy rod and stretch out thine hand upon the waters of Egypt. We're officially a podcast. We got mics in the air. Packs. Um and take that rod and stretch out thine hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all their pools, that they may become blood, and that they may be blood, and that there may be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. Okay. 21. And the fish that was in the river died, and the river stank, and the Egyptians could not drink of the water of the river. And there was blood throughout all the land of Egypt. It's kind of interesting because they're not only doing the river, they're also everything that's in bowls and chalices and any other container. It's also being turned to blood. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the river. If I'm gathering this correctly. Um. So, all right. In 21. No, 22. And the magicians did so with their enchantments, and Pharaoh's heart was hardened, neither did he hearken unto them, as the Lord had said. Okay. 23. And Pharaoh turned and went into his house, neither did he set his heart to this also. 24. And the Egyptians digged round about the river for water to drink, for they could not drink of the water of the river. 25. And 7 days were fulfilled after that the Lord had smitten the river. All right. So that's it for 7. Now we're early, so we're going to plow right on into 8. We're going to plow right on into 8. Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, mic check. This is officially a real podcast. I don't care what nobody says. Somebody, they say, "Are you a preacher?" I said, "No, I said I'm more like a podcaster, but yeah, preachers don't preach every day of the week." don't think. Okay. So that's it for 8-7. All right, let's just plow right on in. Okay, let's without further ado. Now verse 8, chapter 8. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go, and that they may serve me. Okay. Verse 2. Exodus 8, verse 2. And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs. That doesn't sound so bad. I don't know. Forgive me, Lord. Okay. And the river, verse 3, and the river shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and come into thine house and into thy bedchamber. Sheesh. And upon thy bed, ouch, and into the house of thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thine ovens, and and into thy kneading troughs. I mean, we eat frog legs nowadays. Go down to the bayou. I mean, Lord, forgive me, just trying to keep this entertaining. Yeah, I'm talking about frogs are in the kneading bowls, they're in the ovens, they're in the kneading bowls. They're fixing to pull up hard. They're pulling up. Facts. They're going in. Okay? Preach. So, and this is all factual stuff, y'all. This really, 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 really happened. Facts, preach, end of story, good night. When I tell you it's facts, and I hate to use this example, but it just came to mind, just like those planes hit the 9/11 towers, same thing happened right here. Real stuff happened. Real stuff happened. Yes, this really happened. End of story. Have a good day. Okay. Did Christ raise from the dead? Yes. Did the Red Sea part? Yes. Did the walls of Jericho fall? Yes. Did the Red Sea part? Yes. Did the water get turned into wine? Yes. Did the transfiguration happen? Yes. Are people going to hell? Yes. Are you watching this video? No. Am I still going? Yes. Do I care? Maybe. Okay. Did a donkey speak? Yes. Did God create the universe out of nothing? Yes. Is God not real because he doesn't come down and talk to you how you want him to? No. Oh, well, you guys won't take a yes or no answer. That's not good enough. Okay. Violence is the language of the universe. I hope you enjoy it. Because that's the only thing people understand is violence. Look at the cross. Look what God did. Look at the violence he did to himself just to get his point across and to unlock the gates of hell. Look what he did. To get the keys to death, he killed himself a violent death. Violence is the language of the universe. If you don't want to take yes or no answers, then that's what you're going to get. Okay? All right, now here we go. And the frogs, verse 4, and the frogs shall come up both on thee and upon thy people and upon all thy servants. And the Lord spake unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch forth thine hand with thy rod over the streams, over the rivers, and over the ponds, and cause frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, entreat the Lord, entreat the Lord. Verse 8, that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may do sacrifice unto the Lord. I'm trying to get better on my reading, y'all. We're going up. We're not staying the same. We're going to be as entertaining as we can. At the same time, still keeping it going. Okay, so if you sense some sarcasm or extra drama in the reading, I'm just trying to make it as impactful as possible and to keep the audience here. Okay, because I tell you, you're not gonna find entertainment. This is real life history plus unbelievable things. This is the word of God, nothing else. Okay, so I'm trying to work on my reading, my oratory skills, oration. My skills as an orator. All right, now, um, so what happened was, so the magicians duplicated that sign also. They brought the frogs up, but guess what? Pharaoh pulls up. He says, "Hey, y'all, please, y'all make this stop. It's too much. They're out here. I'll let your people go. Tell the Lord to stop the frogs, and we'll let y'all go." He says, "Entreat the Lord that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people." And it's funny how he had his magicians duplicate it. I don't know if he had them duplicate it, but they duplicated it. And now it's too much. Well, hold on. Y'all were just trying to mimic the sign, and now you're telling me that you don't want it? This is just me talking. Well, I thought y'all were showing out. Y'all were duplicating stuff and showing that we were just fake, but now you wanted to stop. A little extra something going on there. Okay. Um, And Moses said unto Pharaoh, Glory over me. When shall I entreat for thee, and for thy servants, and for thy people, to destroy the frogs from thee and thy houses, that they remain in the river only? We're going to check up here on that, because that glory over me, we're going to look up here in the other translation, because that's kind of interesting. I wonder if it says the same thing. Glory over me. Okay. We primarily like to do King James, or we do King James, but if we have questions, we go to the next translation, the ESV. Okay, so that's in 9, 8, 9. It's a good year. Exodus 8, 9. Moses said to Pharaoh, Be pleased to command me when I appeal. No, when I plead for you and for your servants and for your people, that the frogs be cut off from you and from your houses, and be left only in the Nile. So I'm not really sure what he's saying right there. He's basically saying, be grateful, I think, with regards to me also. Put me in the picture as a good thing that I'm doing this, maybe. So what we'll do is we'll go over here and look in these footnotes over here. See if we can find some more clarity on that. I mean, it probably doesn't mean anything, but that's just what we do. Exodus 8, 9. We are exegetes. We exegete the passage. To exegete a passage, an exegesis is a study of the passage, or a teaching, something along those lines. But hermeneutics is the study of Scripture and the interpretation. The study of the interpretation of Scripture. So, 8:13. Oh no, we were in 8, 9. Okay. Okay, they didn't say anything about that. Okay. So we're moving on. Just making sure. Just making sure. We have to do our due diligence here at Preach Facts. All right. Glory over me. Have you noticed? Okay. Okay, verse 10. And he said, Exodus 8:10. And he said, Tomorrow. And he said, Be it according to thy word, that thou mayest know that there is none like unto the Lord our God. Unto the Lord our God. And the frogs, verse 11, shall depart from thee, and from thy houses, and from thy servants, and from thy people. They shall remain in the river only. 12. And Moses and Aaron went out from Pharaoh, and Moses cried unto the Lord because of the frogs which he had brought against Pharaoh. And the Lord, 13, did according to the word of Moses, and the frogs died out of the houses and of the villages and of the fields. 14. And they gathered them together upon heaps, and the land stank. Sheesh, stank on you. I stopped drinking soda a couple days, y'all, ago. I was getting a little overweight, so I just said, look, let me just drink unsweetened tea. So I've cut out soda. It seems to be helping. So I just want to let y'all know I'm trying to make adjustments. We're not just headed to a cliff here. Okay, that's kind of like where we was headed with our health. I was headed to a cliff with no brake pedal. So I decided to stop drinking soda. Maybe that will help with the weight thing. I mean, I'm pushing 300 pounds. I'm like 270 pounds. TMI, I get it. This is a fully comprehensive channel. So I stopped drinking soda. It seems like I've dropped a couple pounds. I'm like 270. Trying to lose like 20 or 30 pounds maybe. All right, so that was a little bit off key, but um 15. But when Pharaoh saw that there was respite, he hardened his heart and hearkened not unto them as the Lord had said. Let's look at 8:15 respite. So it basically, I think that means once it slowed down and there was less. Once it chilled out, Pharaoh said, "Screw that, I'm good now. Y'all ain't going nowhere." And that's an image to the world. I already told y'all that. Let me look though. But when Pharaoh saw that there was a respite, same thing, which is typical of the world. You know, I already said this is an image of this whole Exodus thing is an image of saving us from the bondage of sin. This is an image of that. And you know, we only want to pray to God in the bad times. Oh Lord, get us out of jail. Oh Lord, do this. Oh Lord, you know. But when things are good, oh, we don't hear nothing from him. We don't say nothing to him. But when we're tore up, we need his help. That's when we ask him. That's not fair. That's not fair. Okay. And I'm one of those people too. Everything I say on this channel is also to me. It's not. I'm preaching to me, to the world, everybody. So, it's as soon as the frogs went away, Pharaoh said, "Oh, we're good. Never mind. Y'all can stay." Okay. But the Lord had predicted this. The Lord is controlling this. All right. And the Lord, 16, said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. Bro, when I tell you that this is a terrible thing, it's terrible. I had lice one time. It was terrible. And it's almost like a spiritual thing was controlling it. Because they don't just go away. And I'm not going to go into that story. But when I tell you, I cleaned up the house, put the trash bags in the back of my truck, was driving down the road, forgot to dump the trash bag out. The wind started blowing. Guess what? They climbed off the truck back onto me. Bro, there's nothing to play with, these dang lights, bro. I'm talking about. It was almost like a curse, and they came from somebody, but truly, truly, truly terrible. All right, so um, stuff like that, I honestly believe is spiritually connected with demons and karma and stuff like that. When stuff like that happens, and I know it's not always, it's usually somewhere. I think wherever that stuff originates from, there's some cursing or some sinning there, because I know there was on my end when that happened, um, and through the avenue that came through. Um, and yeah, I'm not gonna go into that, but it can ruin your life. Stuff like that can ruin your life and kill you and kill you. Um, all right, something like that gets in your house, you might as well just kiss that house goodbye, because there's absolutely no way to get rid of that without hurting you. If something like that gets in your house, you're gonna need some professional help, or God, or something is gonna have to intervene. You're gonna have to change your ways. Something's gonna have to happen, because that is a curse, if you ask me. So it can get pretty scary. So I'm gonna leave that alone for a minute, because I can say more about that, but I'm not going to, because it's a lot of extra stuff that comes along with that. Um, so the lice. Okay. smite the dust of all the land. Yeah. And they did so. 17. And for Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man and in beast. All the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. Yeah, sounds about right. Because they come out of thin air. They come out of thin air. Sounds about right. Mm-hmm. If you ever hear about somebody having lice, don't underestimate lice. Go the other way. This thing can get in your bloodstream. It can get in your brain. This thing can kill you. Or your innocent people, elderly people around you, children. If this gets into an environment where there's nobody really there to diagnose the situation, this thing can wreak havoc and kill you. It's a bloodsucker. It eats your blood. Okay? So I'm just forewarning y'all about this lice thing. It is a real thing. It happens. Don't underestimate the power of lice as some schoolyard thing. This thing can really happen and really kill you. Okay? End of story. Let somebody underestimate it if you want. Parasites are a real thing, y'all. Okay? I'm extra cautious about the meat that I eat. If I get meat from the grocery store, if you're not going to cook it that same day, and I mean thoroughly, put it in the freezer immediately. If you cook meat, put some color on it. Sausage, smoked sausage. I don't care what it is. Put some color on that meat. Color it, darken it. Get it cooked thoroughly. I don't care if you're going to put it in the crock pot, whatever. I want that stuff to be seared and colored. Okay? You can't be too cautious about meats nowadays, and I'm only bringing this up because of this. Okay? You know how long it's been since you got it, and I'm not no conspiracy theorist. These are just facts. Tapeworms, pinworms, roundworms. All this stuff is a real thing. Oh, we don't care. Oh, we'll just live it. Oh, yeah, okay. You wonder why your health is failing and stuff like that because you're all ate up with parasites. You think you're having muscle spasms? Those aren't muscle spasms. Those are a freaking worm in there wiggling around. Okay, so take or leave it, man. Bacon, any type of pork needs to be cooked crispy, so there's no give in it whatsoever. That kind of thing. So you can't be too careful with meats nowadays, okay? Especially, I don't know. Yeah. So I just went down a tangent. I don't care. I'm trying to protect the people, the public, and let them know that parasites is a real thing. It will destroy your liver. It will destroy your blood. It will destroy everything you have. And guess what? The whole time they'll be blaming it on something else. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. Oh. No, but let's not address the issue because that's too hard to find. That's too hard to prove. And guess what? If we tell you you have it, that means everybody has it. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. Let's put it on something else. Parasites are a real thing. I suggest you get on some stuff. Some anti-parasitic herbs or something like that. And be cautious about what you eat. And the part that kills me is that when I say stuff about the meat thing, people get mad. Look, it's my body. I can be careful about what I put in my body. Y'all don't have to dang tell me, get mad because I want my food prepared a certain way. Well, don't prepare it then. End of story. Well, it's pre-cooked. No, I don't care if it's pre-cooked or not. Put some color on that. Sear that stuff. I want my meat black. Okay, so we got off down a tangent, but I'm just trying to show you all the reality of the world and how people cook stuff all the time that isn't cooked all the way, and you're guaranteed to get parasites. Okay, end of story. But as soon as you say something, then you're wrong. No, that's not how that works. If you can't tell somebody how you want your food prepared and not them not get mad, then you don't need to be eating there. I don't care if it's your mama, you know whatever, your old lady. If they're not gonna cook stuff a certain way and they get upset, you're probably with the wrong person. Or you need to go cook for yourself. I hear it all the time. Um, is that how is that meat cooked? I'll say stuff and people just get upset. I'm sorry, I don't appreciate that. So we talk about a lot of stuff on this channel, but we're talking about this today. If somebody has a problem and get upset about you telling them that you don't want your food, you want your food cooked a certain way. I tell people all the time, don't just throw my meat into a crock pot. I don't care if it's pre-cooked, smoked, whatever it is. Cook my meat in the pan first till you have color on it. Then put it in the crock pot and boil it. Okay? Don't just throw some raw chicken into a crock pot and boil it and whatever. I mean, it probably will be cooked, but I don't have time to play with that. Okay. Um, I'm really on a tangent. I don't care. Bacon. If it's not cooked to a crisp, you're out of your mind. Okay. I don't mean just the middle. I mean all the way to the edges. Everything cooked to a crisp. Well, I don't like my bacon crispy. Well, you're crazy. You're going to get parasites. Just because you can't see the worms there, they're there. It's a microscopic thing. It grows up. Okay. You're not even supposed to be eating pork anywhere. I mean, it says in the New Testament you can, but they banned it for a reason. Okay. The Jewish religion is very picky about what they eat. Everything has to be blessed and certified for them to eat it. They have some sense. Okay, Islam does not eat pork. Okay, but no, here we just want to eat everything we get our hands on. Oh, is it done? We don't care. What's the cooking instructions? We don't know. It's been in the fridge for 4 or 5 days. We don't care. Just cook it. We got one life to live. We got all these health problems, but we don't know what the problem is. So let's place it on all this other stuff and just keep eating what we're eating. All I'm asking is cook your meat thoroughly. That's all I'm asking. Cook it while it's fresh. If you have cats, they go in the litter box. They're walking in feces, stuff like that. They get on your countertops. There could be parasites there. Microscopic. Okay. Just saying. But no, as long as our illnesses aren't killing us, we're okay. We can be sick and tired and all this all day, but as long as we're not out of breath and we're not gasping for air, let's just keep doing what we're doing. No, that's not how that works. Okay? If you go to the meat market, if you go to the grocery store and you buy meat, cook it immediately or freeze it immediately. Okay? Now, I don't care. This is just me giving y'all some recommendations. Okay? Everybody doesn't have the same type of immune system. Everybody can't handle the same thing everybody else can handle. Okay? Dogs have worms all day long. Okay? Now, I don't care, dude. This is just reality. And I bring that up because of the plagues. They don't readily test for this stuff because everybody's got them. These tapeworms and stuff, they get in your system, they get in your brain. These roundworms, they go in your kidneys. They do all this stuff. But they don't readily test for this stuff because if it's not killing you, you're a perfect host. You are if it's not killing you, you're a perfect host. It is happy. It doesn't want to kill you. But I guarantee you your quality of life is going to be greatly reduced. So all these muscle spasms and things you think you're having, it's probably a worm wiggling around, thrashing. I know because I've had them. The first thing they're going to tell you is, oh, if you're not pooping out actual worms, then you don't have it. I will tell you right now that it is natural for your body to have some type of parasitic bacteria. It helps break down stuff. That is a natural thing to have an ecosystem, a biome. It's natural for you to have a biome in your stomach that is tearing stuff down. But that can get out of hand. It is natural for you to have entities inside of you that are not you. It's part of breaking down food. It's part of all that. But at the same time, there's other entities that are harming you if left unchecked. But the main way to avoid this is to cook your meat thoroughly. Especially pork. Now, I got off on a tangent, but this is an important thing. I just wanted to say that. Okay, we got off on a tangent, but that needed to be addressed. So, we're done for the day. I just had to address that because this is a real life thing that happens. And the first thing they're going to do is point in every direction except for that direction. They're going to point every area that's wrong with you until that worm actually comes out and starts biting people. jumping out of you and start biting people like alien, they're not going to really do anything. They have routine stuff that you can do, black walnut, other stuff. They have stuff on the market that can help you, and they have probiotic foods and stuff that can help on this area. But I'm trying to show you the symptoms of what this stuff is. A lot of times people have, if you have raging appetites, craving sweets, you hate fruit, you hate stuff like this. A lot of times this is a sign of parasites. A lot of times a craving for sweets and stuff like that. Um, they hate natural stuff. A lot of times I believe this stuff has gotten in your brain and it's telling you what to eat because it doesn't sit well with you eating that stuff. I wonder why. I wonder why you never eat anything like that. Because it doesn't sit well with you. I wonder why. I wonder why you don't eat probiotic foods. I wonder why. So we're done, man, and I'm not going to speak anymore on that. But this is just facts. Foods is a part of life, but it's not to be taken lightly. With the way we prepare our foods and the time frame that we prepare our foods. When I take a pan out to cook, I wash the pan first. Because it's sitting in the cabinet. That cabinet is dusty. 9 times out of 10. There's going to be sawdust. There's going to be, who knows? You're pulling out drawers. Those drawers creating dust, falling down into the pans. Stuff has to be washed out before you use it. Okay. So we're done, y'all. We stopped at 8:16. I boil my water. When I drink, I don't just drink water out the faucet. I put my water into a boil. I say, Alexa, boil water for 35 minutes. Set timer for 35 minutes. That's how long it takes to boil. It's boiling for about 5 minutes. I take it off. I don't just drink water out the tap. Don't you know where that water comes from? It's raw sewage. Every water that goes down a drain, toilet, sinks, it all gets treated, and then comes back. I used to work at a water treatment plant. Yeah. Anybody will tell you should boil your water. So when we all break down with cancer and all the stuff we're having, cancer's on the rise, I believe. When we all break down with all this stuff, let's point every finger everywhere we can. Except for preventative measures and what we can do to avoid contamination. I don't recommend you eat food out of the microwave, but I do it. It's radiation. I don't recommend you do that. I do it though. There's only so much you can do. The real answer is in the Word about what's supposed to be saving us. You can have every healthy body in the world and every healthy food. At the end of the day, you can fail miserably. Hey, I'm just throwing some stuff out there, y'all. So when you have health problems, I'm done. All right, we're in 8. 15 or 16 or 17. No, 17. 8:17. Y'all have a good day. We're on YouTube at Preach Facts. TikTok at Preach Facts 7.